Have you ever felt like you didn't belong? Like no matter how hard you tried, some things would just never change? Well, if you have, don't worry because you're not alone. In fact, there's a whole planet out in the solar system that can relate to exactly how you feel. And you probably know this planet. It's Pluto. You see, Pluto was never meant to be a planet. Sure, it started off as one, but then the other planets pushed him out of the club. And despite all the changes that have happened over the years, he still loves his planetary family with all his heart. But they just don't want him back. So what is a poor little planet to do? Well, let's find out. Once upon a time, long, long ago, in a solar system far, far away, there was a very special planet named Pluto. Pluto was the 9th planet from the Sun, and the last of the major planets. He had always been rather small and icy, but he was also extremely curious and adventurous. He loved nothing more than to explore the furthest reaches of their solar system. He would zoom around on his rocket ship, discovering new comets and asteroids and making them his new friends. The other planets often teased him for spending so much time alone, but Pluto didn't mind. He was too busy having fun. However, as time went on, Pluto's love for exploring got him into a bit of a jam. You see, Pluto had strayed so far away from the other planets that he had yet to meet any of them. The Sun was starting to get really angry that Pluto wasn't spending more time with the other planets and decided to intervene. He called all the planets together and told them they needed to put their differences aside and welcome Pluto into the family. All the planets agreed, and so they each sent something for Pluto to help him on his travels. Mercury sent him a telescope to help him see better. Venus gave him a crystal ball to help him predict when comets would pass by. Earth provided him with a magical map that would lead him to all the best places to explore. And Mars gave him a jetpack to help him zoom around faster. Touched by their generosity, Pluto promised to visit each planet in turn and then return to the Sun. But as soon as he got his gifts, Pluto couldn't resist and zoomed off before he could say goodbye. The planets watched him go and couldn't help but feel a little disappointed. But Pluto didn't care. He was having too much fun exploring. However, as the years passed, Pluto began to feel a little lonely. He missed his family and wished he could see them again. So he decided it was finally time to keep his promise. He visited each planet in turn, showing them all the wonders he had discovered on his travels. But as he approached Mars, he heard the other planets talking and couldn't help but eavesdrop on their conversation. "I don't think Pluto should come with us," said Mercury. "He's too different from us." "Yeah," said Venus. "He's not like us. He's not even a real planet." Pluto's heart sank as he heard their cruel words. He had explored so much of the solar system and made so many friends, only to be rejected by the ones he loved the most. Determined to prove himself, Pluto used his telescope to spy on the other planets and discover something amazing. He found a new comet that was unlike anything he had ever seen before. It was huge and beautiful, and the other planets would love it. Excited, Pluto set off towards the comet, determined to show the other planets what he had found. But as he approached, he realized that it was too big for him to bring back to the other planets. No matter how much he tried, he just couldn't move it. So Pluto did the only thing he could think of. He flew to the Sun and asked for help. The Sun was so pleased with Pluto for finding such an amazing comet that he helped push it back towards the other planets. Seeing that Pluto had brought them all a wonderful gift, the planets finally realized that he belonged with them after all. They welcomed him back into the family, and Pluto was finally where he belonged. The end.